north, and hopefully we'll be in Massachusetts, New York on time. On time being, last minute, but of course God's favorite timing is last minute. So, hey, I got some messages this morning, and I want to clear up a couple things, okay? Because once again, there seems to be some real confusion on what's going on, okay? So there's two questions that we are asking the Supreme Court. Two questions, okay? And they're very, very specific, because every single thing, all the injustice that's happening across America derives from two things. One is tyranny, and the other is oppression, okay? So tyranny is the unequal application of the law by a person in a position of authority. So when a person applies the law unequally who is in a position of authority, that would be a tyrannical act, okay? Now the second thing is oppression. Oppression is the enactment of laws that are unequal against one part of society and not another. So these two questions that I have to the court address both of these, okay? The first is, do states have the right to substitute their own alternative legislation for the provisions and guarantees of the United States Constitution? All right? So if a state enacts a law that affects one party and not another, that would be oppression, right? So states do not have the authority to enact their own alternative legislation for the provisions and guarantees of the United States Constitution. That would be unconstitutional, right? That would be oppression, okay? Now the second question is does the judicial branch have constituted authority to be able to alter, amend, or destroy any of the provisions or guarantees of the United States Constitution? See, that would be individuals in a position of power that would be affecting one party and not another. That would be tyranny, okay? So these two questions hit the heart of both those issues. And once again, the judicial branch has no constituted authority to be able to alter, amend, or destroy the Constitution of the United States. You see, every single thing that I'm doing here has to do with what is the supreme law of the land, right? Do states have the supreme law of the land? If they do, then states can substitute their own alternative legislation for the provisions and guarantees of the Constitution. But is that what we believe in here in America? Do we believe in the United States of California or the United States of Washington? I don't think so. I certainly didn't fight for that when I was in the military. I was fighting for America, right? And what America stands for. And America is a union of 50 partially governed states that with a centralized governing structure. So states do not have the authority to enact their own alternative legislation and substitute it for the provisions and guarantees of the United States Constitution. So if you guys want to know how to change the Constitution of the United States, you go to the special amending procedure, which is or special amending article, which is Article 5 of the United States Constitution. Nowhere within Article 5 does it say anything to do with the judicial branch, nor does it say anything to do with the states, okay? The people of the United States changed the Constitution through an authentic act of the people, okay? Read the Constitution. Read Article 5. Proposed amendments, once passed by 2/3 of both House and Senate, they are then sent out to the states. And once 2/3 of the states enact it through an authentic act of the people, through the suffrage of the people, then and only then does that provision or amendment become a part of the Constitution in all intents and purposes. There's no other way to change the Constitution of the United States than by an authentic act of the people. That's the only way to do it, okay? No other way. States cannot create their own law, substitute it, and say, we're not going to do what the Constitution of the United States says, because that would be an act that would be contrary to the special amending procedures of Article 5. So if I can sum up everything that I'm doing into one paragraph, all right, and it's a long paragraph, but if I could sum it up in one paragraph, it would be this. I am not trying to change the laws. Rather, I'm pointing out what the laws state, and that the ways in which they're being enforced directly contradict with what is specified. Therefore, I'm not trying to change the laws. Rather, I'm asking that we uphold them. If the laws state that something will be done in a certain way, then we must follow that way. Laws do not change arbitrarily. That is tyranny. Constitutionalism demands that the laws evolve only through suffrage. Therefore, it's up to the people to decide whether or not the Constitution applies to them and not a judge or a state. If, in the opinion of the people of the United States, any of the provisions or guarantees of the United States Constitution be in any particular way wrong, then let it be corrected by an amendment in the way in which the Constitution so designates, until, if and when that time comes, every single United States citizen is entitled to every single right secured by and enumerated in the Constitution, regardless of where they choose to reside within the jurisdictional United States.
What if I win? What if I lose? What if my heart's not bulletproof? What if I climb? What if I fall? What if I rise above?